Now I'll call on the third candidate, Winston Johnston, for his 5 minutes of fame.
Thanks very much. It's great to see so many people here tonight, and I hope that you get something and everything that you want out of it. There's been a few suggestions that you're not getting your dollars worth out of the council. Well, the reality of the situation is that there's $297 million worth of rates general rates generated in this local authority, not $1 million, not $1 billion. The billion is the total budget. 297 million, of which Division 5 generates just short of $20 million a year. By the time you divide that $20 million between all of the maintenance work that has to be carried out on roads, parks, streets, lookouts, cemeteries and everything else, as well as pay a contribution towards the administration, it doesn't leave a hell of a lot. But what I can promise you is that during the past 4 years, these 4 years, there's been more money spent in Division 5 than has been generated in rates. And the last 3 years, more than twice, and in one this year, 2.5 times the amount of money that was generated in rates. Now, that doesn't come just by saying that it's going to happen. That only comes when you work really hard with the people in the council and also your fellow councillors and the mayor to make sure that that sort of thing, that you get your fair share. I agree, in the past, we didn't get a fair shake. However, I can promise you that you are now. And it's not going to be rectified overnight. However, there have been jobs and programs that have been completed. There's a new car park at the school, which cost $300,000 or something or other. The streetscape, and yes, it's not finished yet, but it will be. There's all the reseal programs that have been done around the place. There's the 2 sporting complexes at Palmwoods, the Warriors, and also the AFL cricket grounds. They were either totally refurbished or rebuilt. Now, I know that's in Palmwoods, but it's a regional facility. And there's also a lot of other work done in those areas. At Chevelham was almost $600,000 fixing a really dangerous car parking situation for the school. So, you know, like, you go out of town a bit, onto Hunchy Road. There's $1.2 million fixing dangerous corners there. Citrus Road, there was another $2 million was spent on that. And there, you know, we're also doing a lot of work in and around the back of Udlow and Ilkley in those areas, sealing bitumen, sealing gravel roads. So what do you want to do? You want me to not do those projects so that you can get more of the pie here? The reality of the situation is Woombye and Palmwoods probably only generates around about a third of that, less than 20 million. And the money is being spent back in the area. So, you know, it's, I find it a bit rough to be comparing that this year quite a bit is being spent in the Maloney area. The people of Maloney for the last 3 years have been telling me, you spend all this bloody money down on the railway, down along the railway towns, when the hell are you going to spend some money in Maloney? So, you know, it's a basis of you spend money where there's a need, and you have to get your entire council on side to get the expenditure. I don't allocate it, the council allocates it. I put the submissions in, and that's how it gets paid, that's how it gets done. So, you know, the tower that's just over here, I'll just finish off with saying the tower that's proposed over here, the only reason the people of Woombye know anything about it is because I brought it to the attention of the Business Association. All right, thank you very much. So, look, in my opinion, I've done a good job. For the last 50 odd years, I've served my communities through community work and also through being a councillor for this term and previously for 3 terms back in the 80s. And for all that, I was recognised with an Order of Australia medal in January this year. So, you know, that's my history. My history is looking after people. I had a business where I looked after people too. So, you know, I hope that you allow me to do so again. Thank you.
Thank you.